You're sitting on the floor with your baby, holding up a soft, crinkly book. You shake it, you smile, you make it crinkle again. But their eyes aren't on the book. They're fixed on your mouth. Watching your lips form the shape of the words you're saying to them. And you probably think they're just staring. That they don't really understand the sounds coming out of your face. That's what I thought, too. I'd point at the ceiling fan and say, "Look up," not actually expecting anything to happen. But then a study out of the University of Washington changed everything I knew about what's actually happening inside my baby's head during those moments. And what they found, it's not what you'd think. Here's what they did. Researchers at the University of Washington's Institute for Learning and Brain Sciences, led by Dr. Patricia Cole, brought 6-month-old babies into the lab. They sat them in front of a screen, played audio of a person speaking a foreign language, and measured their brain responses with non-invasive sensors. That's it. Just listening. And the finding was this: babies don't just hear sounds. Their brains are physically mapping the motor movements of the mouth that produce those sounds, even when they're only listening. Your baby is subconsciously rehearsing how to shape their lips and move their tongue just from watching you speak. Here's the sneaky detail. The effect vanished when the audio played from a speaker with no person present. The brain needed a real human face to build that map. A screen didn't work. Audio alone didn't work. Only a live, responsive person triggered the response. That means your presence isn't just comforting, it's a core requirement for their language wiring. Now here's the part that flips everything. The researchers found the response was bidirectional. When you speak to your baby, their brain is learning to speak. But when your baby coos or babbles back, even those random, non-word sounds, your brain's language centers become more active, too. You are co-regulating each other's neural pathways in real time. It's a dance, not a lecture. And so you'd think the takeaway is, talk to your baby more. But the study found something counterintuitive. The babies who showed the most advanced language mapping weren't the ones who heard the most words. They were the ones whose caregivers paused, waited, and gave them space to respond. The active ingredient wasn't quantity. It was the turn-taking. The rhythm of offer and return. If you're enjoying this, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Let's keep going. This pattern has held up across other labs, too. A 2021 study at Princeton, led by Dr. Elise Piazza, used functional near-infrared spectroscopy on 2-person mother-infant pairs and found that when they engaged in face-to-face interaction, their brain activity actually synchronized. They called it neural coupling. Your baby's brain waves start to literally mirror yours during the silent moments of mutual gaze. They're not just learning from you. They're learning with you. So what do you actually do with this tomorrow morning? Here are 4 concrete moves. 1. When you talk to your baby, get close enough that they can clearly see your mouth. We tend to talk while looking at the dishes or the laundry. But the science says your face is their primary learning tool. So lean in. Make your mouth visible. Let them study the shapes you're making. 2. Talk, then stop. Literally count to 3 in your head after you say something. That pause is not silence to fill. It is the slot where their brain practices the return. Even before they can speak, that pause is teaching them the architecture of conversation. You offer, you hold, you release, you return. 3. Mirror their sounds back, but wait for them to initiate. If they coo, you coo back. If they grunt, you grunt. But here is the let them break it off principle: do not overwhelm them with constant noise. Let them turn their head away. Let them break the connection. That is them saying, "I'm processing." And you honor that by waiting. When they re-engage, you re-engage. You follow their lead, not the other way around. 4. Use your voice as the anchor during everyday tasks. You don't need special lessons. While you change their diaper, narrate the sensation, wipes are cold, and then pause. While you walk to the window, say, sunlight, and then wait. The research was not built in a lab with flashcards. It was built on ordinary moments like these. The baby is not passively receiving language. They are actively building a motor map of speech from your face, your rhythm, your pauses. And that rhythm, offer, hold, release, return, is the heartbeat of this. Not more input. Just more responsive space. That I'll be honest with you. With my first child, I thought I was doing it right by constantly narrating everything. I filled every silence. I thought more words meant more learning. I didn't know that the spaces I was rushing to fill were actually where the real wiring was happening. I didn't know that my face, just my ordinary, tired face, was the most powerful language tool in the room. And here's what I want you to hear: you are already doing the right thing. You are already talking to your baby. You are already looking at them. The only shift is noticing that you don't need to do more. You just need to pause more. To trust that the silence is not empty, it's active. It's their brain processing your face, your voice, your rhythm. Think back to that moment on the floor with the crinkly book. Their eyes on your mouth. That wasn't a blank stare. That was your child building the architecture of language from the shape of your smile. They are already learning. You are already teaching. You just didn't know it until now. We publish every week on the hidden world inside your baby's mind, the stuff nobody tells you until you find it yourself. If this landed for you, hit subscribe. It helps other parents find these ideas too. And if you're watching with your little one right now, go ahead and pause. Let them look at your mouth. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do.